Welcome to Knuckle Town.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckle Town.
A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome to Knuckle Town, man. It's your man, BigFace, and as always, we bring you the latest and greatest from the world of bare knuckle. And tonight is no exception here on the KO Show. We've got none other than the legendary former WBA light middleweight champion of the world, legendary boxing phenom, and current BKFC welterweight champ of the world, my man Austin No Doubt Trout. Welcome to the show, champ.
What's up? What's up, BigFace?
Hey, you know I'm happy, man. I got my guy here. I'm happy. So
thanks for having me on, for real. Thank you, buddy.
And thanks for taking time away to be here. So we're gonna get right into this because. You know, how you been feeling since, of course, been like 6 months since you won the title?
It's been good. February, it's been a little bit. I'm ready to get back to it. I'm ready to defend it. I'm ready to get active. It's been a blessing. I've been happy, you know, since having the title. It's been, I don't know, man, just a whole level of excitement to get back to it, for real. Now as champion, let's see what that feels like.
Right, and we talked about in the past, takes a whole new meaning to, hey, what's up, champ? And you brought a lot of juice to the 165 weight pound limit there in BKFC, a whole lot of juice. Now, all of a sudden, everybody want to be 165, everybody want to fight Trout, everybody in the division. But on October 11th, man, you know, saying you're going over to Mirabella, Spain to a bull ring to fight the Brit, you know what I'm saying, Ricardo Franco, you know, 3-0 in bare knuckle. How's it feel getting ready for this type of fight?
Well, look, I mean, we take everybody super serious. So I'm training hard. I'm in shape. I'm gonna be in better shape by October. We're watching film on Rico. We know that, you know, he's good. This is the chance of his lifetime. So this is the chance of my lifetime. So, you know, we're taking everything very serious. With that said, I can't wait to go and show. And I think Rico is gonna bring out a lot in me that you know, hasn't been seen yet. And so I can't wait to show those things.
Well, I mean, I would imagine like fighting you is like a Super Bowl for a lot of bare knuckle fighters, man. He's gonna get up. It is gonna be the fight of his life. He's fought a lot of, like we talked about before. He's fought a lot of credible guys. Yeah. You mentioned, was the fighter you mentioned he knocked out? What was that fighter name you mentioned before?
Connor Tierney. Yeah, he laid him out. I know Connor was yapping that trash after his, you know, last win, but. Watch what I do to Rico, and then Connor would shut that up real quick.
So the bullfight aspect, I mean, let's look at this. You know, Conor McGregor is promoting this as his show, from what I've heard internally, at 40,000 seat capacity out there. Beautiful out there. So you went out there you were out there for the weigh-ins. How'd you like Mirabella, Spain?
I haven't been there yet. I didn't go for those.
No. Yeah,
I went out for but I've done my due diligence, and I've checked out what, you know, the city is like, and I'm beyond excited. You know, it's really beautiful. It's right there on the water. Seems like the weather's gonna be great. The whole bull ring aspect of it, that really caters to me, because I'm from New Mexico. You know, when we take plenty of trips to Juarez, and we've seen bullfights and things like that. So to be in a bull ring in Spain in front of 40,000, you know what I mean? I gotta put on a show.
I mean, absolutely. It's going to be a huge card now since they announced that David the Redneck Mundell will be defending his title. He got 3 titles on the line for the first time ever in the history. I mean, it's huge, man. You know, Passports is getting ready. I got to go. We got to go. We got to go. So, you know, the sponsors already, I hit them up and said, you know, it's the big check, not the little one. We're going to Spain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to the sponsors.
Right. So you mentioned this, and I know you're from the Las Cruces Nuisance. You big up New Mexico guy, but currently residing in Houston,
That's right.
and you are a part of something I want to talk about. I see it all the time online. The Houston Hitman is a
Yeah.
league-based or team-based boxing. Explain this to us, man, champ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I was the coach and the general manager of the Houston Hitmen, and what that is a team in the Team Combat League, and that is, it's a league of about 12 teams. Next season they're going to 14 teams, so that's exciting. And we go around and we fight, in every different city, and try to accumulate the best record. You have a playoffs, you have a championship, you have a champion. Um, Last year, it comprised of we had what was it, 16 fighters, 24 rounds, right? One fighter will go one round, so it was 8 weight classes, 2 per weight class, and one fighter will fight a round, and the next weight class fighters will fight a round, next weight class. So it's just really, you would get through those 24 rounds really quick, and it was crazy because a lot of those rounds came down to the last 2-3 rounds, 1 point apiece. And so you get championship final rounds for 24 rounds, and the action was crazy.
So you're telling me that a boxer fights one round. You got 2 welterweights, right? The welterweight gonna fight one round. So in boxing, a lot of times that first round you want to feel somebody out. Not in this. You got to come in and just start blasting, right?
We ain't got no time for that. You know what I'm saying? The fill out round is the first 15 seconds, and then you gotta get busy.
Wow.
It's crazy. And
Wow.
like, how many times have you seen, double knockdowns in a fight? And it's very rare. In one fight, we had 3 double knockdowns in one fight. 3 double knockdowns in one round, where one dude gets knocked down, gets up, knocks down the other dude. The other dude gets up, you know what I mean? Gets
Well,
knocked
yeah,
down.
man, you're super fresh and you're going in there for your one round. And I think that will be, I mean, that's got to be great for streaming. You guys streaming that anywhere currently?
Yes. They have an app. They also had a deal with DAZN. You go to the Team Combat League app or website, teamcombatleague.com. Check out for next season. YouTube, they also have the last season and the first season's fights on YouTube. And I'm saying great fights. And they got some decent names too. These kids they ain't no bums coming in there. We got some undefeated, real prospects, real contenders going at it. And fights that you would have to wait probably 5-10 years to see, because how people don't want to really fight nobody until they have to fight somebody. Not here. Let's you going and you go, then they go hard. It's really a great product. You guys got to check it out.
So also, I want to ask this. All right. So how'd the Houston Hitmen do? How'd you end up doing in the season?
That was our first season. We didn't quite make the playoffs, but we were, in my opinion, and I still believe, one of the best teams in the league. We just had to get our shit together. That's all.
Well, they got a season learning from one of the absolute legends of boxing. So back to Mirabella for just a moment.
Yeah.
So we talked about after the last fight, after you won the fight with the Emperor Palomino, and you said you had worked on, getting away from the clincher, not allowing the clinch to control you in the fight. And now you've had all these months, 8 months. What has your focus been on? Because you ain't got to focus on footwork. You don't have to focus on throwing a jab. You've been doing that all your life. Yeah. What have you been focusing on?
Same thing, the clinch work and the things I'm still a little or maybe less comfortable doing. The standing grappling, Greco wrestling, hand play, hand work, hand jiu-jitsu. These are names that other MMA guys have been feeding me. So I'm not making them up. They may have made them up. This is what I'm doing.
No, I mean, hey, it describes hand war, which happens.
Yes.
And in my opinion, and I've made this known on a couple different platforms, if you master like that, if you master the art of holding guys' heads and hitting, grabbing their wrists and moving them the way you already have everything else in your repertoire, man, it's going to be nasty. I mean, I can't wait to see you put it together. And I know that you're enthusiastic about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know that you taking this serious, unlike a lot of maybe the guys with the name you got maybe wouldn't take it this serious.
Well, I think the aspect of them fighting 2-minute rounds, 5 2-minute rounds, right? makes a lot of boxers who've gone 12 rounds, 10 rounds, probably all their career. They're like, I can do that in my sleep. And it's just it's different, especially when you add that clinch work. The clinch work gets you tired. You feel me? I can box. I can box, for an hour straight probably because I've been doing it so long. But that wrestling, that holding, that hitting, I'm puckered out. Well, my wind's better now, but I puckered out in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I think that you showed in that first fight. I've watched it like so many times. Research whatever. The way you use your feet, it can nullify a lot of that, and you just turn your feet so well in anticipation that and angles. Man, that's where it's at right there, and that's where a boxer, once again, I think he's looked for angles a lot longer, than maybe a bare knuckle fighter has.
No, I agree, but it's a young sport. The sport's evolving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope that what I'm doing in this game right now is something that future bare knuckle fighters are going to start studying, and then this becomes the standard. You feel me? Like they're like, no, you gotta involve the toughness of Mike Perry, but the suave and the all around fighting of Austin Trout. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Because there's no way it cannot be exciting if you're doing your job, and that's the hit. And
that's right. So I want to talk about something else. We talked about a little bit before we got on tonight, and I know a lot of bare knuckle enthusiasts are wanting to hear about it. So you did defeat a legend when you won the title, Luis the Baboon Palomino, the Emperor. Had a hell of a long run, and still, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. Hasn't fought since he lost to you. Has been adamant online that the only fight he really wants is the rematch with you. He signed a fight in Miami, a fighter named Fames. He pulled out of that fight a couple of days ago, and you weren't even aware of this, but he put a video out recently saying, this Mirabella Spain card, not only is he not getting his rematch with Trout and he's fighting the Brit, but his vacated 155 pound is now, up for grabs with Soto and Franco Tenaglia. So he's upset, he mad, he still wants that fight. What are your thoughts on the Palomino situation? I want to hear what you have to say about that, Chip.
Man, wait till he finds out I'm gonna go get that 155 belt once I clear.
I knew you was gonna say that. I just knew you. Go ahead. But
he's gonna be real, man. I have both his belts. I'll forever give him I'll forever be down to give Palomino a rematch. And the reason being is because he didn't have to fight me. In my second fight, coming into the bare knuckle, he could have stalled, he could have waited, he could have done something else and made more money and been the champ longer, but he came at me right away or he gave me the chance right away. So I will always return the favor. With that said, we were supposed to fight before this Marbella, Spain fight came down. We were supposed to fight in my hometown. I'm trying to think when they were going to put it. They were going to put it, I think, in August. I even had a contract with his name on it and everything, and I signed that thing. So as far as I was concerned, I thought I was fighting Palomino up until, till they, maybe a few days before they announced the Marbella fight. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was going to fight Palomino, and I signed the contract to fight Palomino. So whatever reason that the fight isn't happening is not me. It's not because of me.
Well, so that's good to put out there, so Palomino knows, it's not Trout, it's Duck nothing. He signed a contract. You heard it right here. He had a signed contract to fight in Las Cruces, and New Mexico would make sense, not only because it's your hometown, but it's a super hotbed for bare knuckle. They sell shows out there, and you definitely selling out there every time you do anything. So that makes sense. That would have been a big fight. But you say that, whatever, you signed it, they didn't have to you, and then of course they offer you this fight, and of course you're going to take the fight.
Of course.
So in the future, and I knew I was going to ask you this because on the same card you got Soto fighting Tenaglia for the 155, and you've expressed interest in that belt as well. Will you be interested in the winner of that fight as being maybe possibly your next fight, or in the future you want that belt, don't you?
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm really a 154-pound fighter, and I can still make that and feel strong at it. So I think I would be doing my legacy a disservice not to go grab that belt. God willing, you know, they feel me. Of course, it got to make dollars, it got to make sense. But I mean, a unification, two-weight division, that does make sense. So you know, hopefully, Mr. Feldman can see the green in that. But I'm pushing for the winner, because you know, again, once I do what I'm gonna do to Rico, I don't see nobody in 165 touching me for real. So might as well go get that belt at 55 and then see what I can do with what. Like, who wants it after that?
I mean, the public loves the double champ. You know, in this era, they definitely love the double champ. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Tony Loco Soto. Shout out to Tony War Soto, man. True B. Shout out North Carolina. Franco Tenaglia, he is fighting, is a really tough dude, man. Do your homework on him. He's been in some heavy duty shit. He was in that Street Kings in Russia where they fight on the pavement, man, surrounded by dudes in a black mask. So I mean, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You get knocked out, you falling on the pavement. But he's tough, but Tony is so technically good, man. I think the world is gonna finally get to see, because Tony fights a lot, but he hasn't fought, it seems like, in this last vacuum since Bare Knuckle's really been blowing up. He's been on the shelf for an extended period of time. So he's excellent, man, and I expect him to win that title fight. And I would love to see a Tony Loco Soto be No Doubt Trout. That would be a crazy fight somewhere.
That's what I'm hoping wins. You know what I mean? Because like you said, Tony Soto, he's one of the OGs in this game, and you know what I'm saying. It would be an honor. It'd be an honor to share that ring with him, and you know, another notch on my belt to take out another OG in the game.
A legend. I mean, you took out the Emperor, man. I mean, that's a pretty big notch on the belt. And of course, I hope to see that fight. You know, these things have a way of working. You know, you've been in the fight game a long time. You've had a lot of fights that you were going to have didn't materialize, or fights you didn't think you were going to get materialized. You know how that goes. So anything's possible. I do think that the world is getting a top-notch welterweight champ for BKFC right at the right time, man, when all the eyeballs are shifting. And I'm going to tell you, this right here, what you're doing over there is about to be the most watched event. You got Conor. He's over there pushing it. It's going to be even bigger by that time. I feel like, I mean, I just can't wait to see this bull ring.
Look, I don't think Conor McGregor's left Spain since the press conference.
I don't think so either, man. I'm worried about my guy.
Yeah, I hope he makes it. My man needs to make it.
Send fresh horses for my men. I think my guy needs some help. He loves that yacht, boy. He ain't left the boat since. But yeah, I mean, you know, he makes waves though every time he says something, man. And we saw. I want to ask, you know, you may or not have opinion on this, but I did see after, of course, we had the Christine Pereira, Jad Masad Wong championship fight last night. You were excited to watch it. I was excited to watch it. Turned out to be a dud, kind of, with a whole lot of holding. And but you heard, yep, that's right. Hey, I see people complaining. Listen, to me, to beat the champ, you can't win that way. I didn't see any round that Jad won. I think Jad's a good young fighter, very powerful. She wasn't able to do what she likes to do. What did you think? You watched the fight. I know you watched.
I watched the fight, yeah. And from what I feel like, it looked like Christina was trying to fight and Wong was trying to survive for the most part. You know,
kind of. Mm-hmm.
And I felt like Wong, if she threw her hands a little more, she'd have a better chance just to lay one of those, because she's heavy-handed. You know what I mean? She is strong. But I think she may have tasted Christine's power and was like, nah, I don't know about that. That must have been.
So, I mean, I agree with you, Austin, but I'll say like this, you know, I think Jade, she's young. Jad, she's young. She's hot. You know, she can fight. She definitely got heavy hands. This is a big stage for her. I think maybe the biggest stage she's ever been on. And I think she may have had a little bit of that I'm happy to be here type vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
You get in there with Misfit, and she's gonna press. No one's pressed Jad. No one's went forward to her and said, I'm gonna come to you and fight. She's chasing girls, you know, but it's not like that with Christine, man. So, and then Christine, you know, very frustrated. You could see she wanted to put on a much better show there, and she wasn't getting a lot of help from her corner, in my opinion. They weren't direction, you know.
Yeah, the corner really, and the thing is, Otis knows what he's doing in that corner. He's had, you know, high profile boxers, and I mean, I guess it's just different for Bare Knuckle. He
Well,
ain't
yep.
never been in the Bare Knuckle corner. You know, he didn't know what to
Well,
say.
and
Tell her
also,
about that
rather
clinch.
than telling your fighter, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk over you, but rather than telling
Hey,
your
you
fighter
got
you're
it.
proud of him, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. How about telling him, look, man, a couple uppercuts to the belly button, and that she'll bring that high
To bring
guard
the
down,
hands
and
down.
you'll be able to
Yeah,
do something. I
exactly.
mean,
You know,
so the
he
grabbing,
seemed like he was just happy to be there too. Like he
right?
was just happy
Well,
to be there.
Christine retains, and she's still the monster that no female can beat. She's the best bare knuckle female fighter of all time, and you can go talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's the truth. So David Feldman in the press conference, no doubt, he says, you know, they asked about Mike Perry. He alluded that Mike Perry's getting a super fight coming up soon. Even the whole Conor McGregor, you're fired over. They thought he was going to start his own promotion. I know you've said in the past you'd love to fight Mike Perry. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a big. He's way up there, man. He up there 185, man. That's
he's
a big
happy.
dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
skills pay the bills though. Like if he can't hit me, what does it matter? Like, oh, I'm just gonna grab you and hold you. No, you're not. I'm strong too, man. But yeah, I'll take that fight. Hey, it'd be almost like how the weight difference between him and Jake Paul. You know what I mean? But Jake Paul is probably like
True.
40 pounds bigger than Mike.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Yes.
crazy.
Jake Paul's walking around 230, 235, and
Easy,
he's walking around
yeah.
205. Mike's walking around 200, 205, and getting down to 185 probably. But it's still a big dude. But what do you think about you saw that whole thing unfold?
Yeah.
Connor's like you're fired, and
You're fired.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I mean, I thought when I said, because before he said he was fired, I did see him announce the new fight league that he was.
dirty
now.
boxing.
And for that, I was like, I mean, talk about conflict of interest. You know what I mean? I don't know if Boss Man gonna like that. And then Connor's like, you're fired, you're out of here. And no disrespect to Connor, but I knew he was kind of jumping the gun because David ain't say it. And you know what I'm saying? And that's who. If David ain't firing you, I don't know if it's true or not. Now, if Connor tells me I'm fired, I will assume that I'm pretty much fired. But I am going to check David. I am going to go check
Nah,
with
you
David
ain't
just
getting fired, man. Come
But
on.
hey, should I go look?
Yeah, am I really fired?
You know what I'm saying?
On my day off? How you get fired on your day off, man?
Exactly. He is the boss man, but you know what I mean? I see where Connor was coming from. I thought that was a little bit crazy. And I haven't heard really anything else from it. But, you know, that's definitely a direct contradiction for Bare Knuckle, in my opinion.
I think the company had a problem, Champ, because you got all these eyeballs. You got this opportunity with the Jake Paul press conference to get all these millions of viewers that maybe don't know about Bare Knuckle, maybe first timers, and then you're gonna talk about that when you could have really shed the light on that. And 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 as he said, he an owner. I'm an owner of Bare Knuckle. When he came out and said, "You can't fire me, I'm an owner," then what the hell are you doing if you an owner of Bare Knuckle?
Why don't you push the product?
Yeah. So
push the product that you helped build.
So the Palomino, we've got you on the record here saying that you definitely are down with the Palomino. So if Palomino is on, it ain't got nothing, Emperor, it ain't got shit to do with the champ.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
I think it's some other things going on inside the building, maybe,
And after, I'm full for 100% focused on Rico. I have to be.
Yes.
That buddy's coming.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But after we finish with that task at hand, I'm down for the rematch. I'm down for whatever. So I just want to fight. I just want to keep fighting.
That would be a huge fight too.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be a huge fight for you because Palomino, regardless of how the first fight went, a lot of people feel like it was a domination on your part, and great. You fought a beautiful fight. I mean, there's really no argument there anywhere, but that's still, he's a major player in the fight in the bare knuckle world. That would be a big fight no matter where you guys have it. In New Mexico, you'd sell it out. Miami, you'd sell it out. So I feel like a fight I'd love to see coming. But you're gonna have to get active, and we know, man, you got a legendary box career. We need you to fight about 4 times this next year. You know what I'm saying? We need you to get this in.
You feel me? And in my hands are getting better with it. You know what I'm saying? You see the conditioning that's going on. Yeah. My getting better with it. So I won't need much time. You know, I plan to continue to not get hit. So, you know what I mean? 4 fights next year sounds about right. Maybe if we could get 2 this year, that'd be good too. You know, come out
Yeah, that'd be.
clean October, run something December. I know Palomino's ready to get back in it, so
Oh yeah, that would be a great fight to shoehorn in before the end of the year. Fantastic.
I wish he took that fight in September because the last fight, I don't know if you remember, his excuse was that he was rusty and he didn't have enough activity. So, you know, I can imagine if he's gone damn near what 11 months without fighting, what the excuse would be then. You know, I won't get no credit. So he needs to hurry up and get him a tune up. He should have just took the September fight with hopes that he would get a December shot. That's just my
Well,
opinion.
and I thought that's why he was taking that September fight because we all know Fame's in this. If you follow this sport, you know, come on, he's not on Palomino's level. I thought Palomino would easily defeat Fame, so I thought that's why he was taking it, just so he wouldn't get rusty. But I understand his mentality is, I put these years in the game. I got this record. I got this name. I'm not wasting not one more fight because he ain't no spring chicken. I'm
Yeah,
not wasting
I
no
feel
fight.
on that.
Yeah, on nobody that because you know this is the fight game. A bum could clip you.
Yeah,
I mean, it could
yeah.
happen. You know,
Anything could happen. A headbutt could ruin a lot.
that's right. That's right. So,
Mhm.
I mean, you saying that, I think it. You know, I'm definitely clipping this up because I mean, pal, that I mean, I understand where you at, but I know your focus is on the bull ring. I know you because that's a huge fight. The dude is dangerous. Let's not overlook Ricardo Franco. He is undefeated in bare knuckle. He has an
Yeah.
extensive MMA background. Man, he's a good fighter.
I mean, he's 9-2 total in bare knuckle fighting.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
so he's got
Undefeated in
it.
BKFC, right?
Yeah, he's 3-0 in BKFC, but in just bare knuckle, he's got 11 fights. He's got experience. He seems to like to box, but he's got MMA background. He seems like he's gonna be in shape. He's gonna bring it. So you know, I gotta be there ready to use all the tools that I have available to me. And the only way that I can use them is if they're sharp. So I'm in camp. I'm getting ready. I'm not worried about Palomino. I will worry about him later. But you know what I mean? But they can start setting that up on his side because again, I signed my side of the contract. He's got to figure out what he
Absolutely.
needs and what makes it worth for him. And then him and David needs to talk about that and figure that out. You know what I mean? The negotiations is what I think probably is what made that fight not happen.
And you never know, man. Management's involved. You have management as well. I mean, hey, you got a job to do. You do your job. They do their job. And if it
Exactly.
don't happen, I mean,
And
it
they
don't
got to do
happen.
what's best for their fighter. You know?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So that being said, so you stopped Diego and you almost stopped Palomino and you had a great decision win there. Any predictions for this fight? You going in here trying to end this early? Do you think it's going to go to distance, or is that something you don't even think about?
I don't want to look for the knockout. You know, if you look for it, it never comes. However, he's from Portugal. You know what I'm saying? That's right there. This is definitely not my home crowd or my home judging, and it would not be in my best interest to let it go to the judges. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep building and building every round and try to get him out of there by the third or fourth.
Well, you know, as a boxer, definitely going to Europe to fight a European fighter in front of European judges is never ideal. You know, that's
Yeah,
not the situation. Right.
absolutely not.
Well, champ, first of all, I want to thank you, man. It's always a pleasure. You know, you're one of my favorite fighters, period. It's just a pleasure that I get to talk to you on here, man. I'm super thrilled who's holding the welterweight belt. And it's deserved. And I know Spain's going to be crazy. So before we end the combo, I want you to kick out your sponsors, man. Shout out your people, your gym, of course, please.
Shout out to USANA Nutritional. I've been with these people for more than 10 years, and I credit that to my longevity. That's why I'm still, look, I'm turning 39 in a couple of weeks. So you might as well just round up to 40, and I still look like
Spring chicken.
you know what I mean? That's the vitamins and water and minding my business. But shout out to USANA. I really appreciate and love them. And I'm working on getting more sponsors for this fight. So if y'all want to sponsor me, go ahead and email me, nodoubttrout@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And make sure you get on that sponsorship train now because today's price will not be tomorrow's price. You got millions every day. It's the fastest growing sport in the world.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? They ain't taking the belt from Austin until he want to give it back to him, yes.
Nah, man. Like I said, I got that longevity. I got the magic supplements, USANA. So I'm gonna be here for a long time.
Man, thank you so much. No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. And good luck in the future, brother.
Have a good one, Chad.
My man. There you have it, man. Just a pleasure, man. Austin, No Doubt Trout, October 11th, Mirabella, Spain. You got 3 championship fights here. You got Soto versus Tenaglia. They just signed Redneck Mandel to that, which is crazy, man. 3 championship fights, all there in the bull ring in Spain. It's going to be the biggest spectacle ever. And one of the greatest legendary boxers of his generation there, Austin No Doubt Trout. Man, you know, I can't wait for this fight, as always. And it's all about the fighters here, man. That's what we like to say, man, here at the KO Show. Be on the lookout for just dope new things. Of course, always Knuckletown Deportes for our Spanish-speaking ladies and gentlemen. We coming out with my girl. We're going to introduce my girl, Shy Blanchard. She's going to have the Femme Fatales. We got a lot of things on the horizon here at Knuckletown. And as always, man, you can't build a Coliseum without some gladiators.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
With me, a slow burn like a disease.